speaking of that resistance, let's also listen in to take a look at this breaking updates that's coming in. US has now intercepted an Iranian drone which was targeting American base in northern Iraq. So as we've been telling you, Iran has been opening up a lot of fronts. So even Iraq, places like Kuwait, they've not been spared. There's been some sort of an attack in Cyprus as well, drawing in the British as well, who are resistant to joining this conflict. But these are visuals of the interception that is being done as an Iranian drone is targeting the base. But look at the amount of firepower you have to employ even to intercept a drone, which is why even drone interception or missile interception is a very costly affair, and there will be costs mounting on all sides. Have the US, the Israelis factored all of this in along with the damage to their assets? These are all naval and other bases that are being attacked around the Gulf. And have they factored in, of course, the loss of life? Already 4 US soldiers have been martyred as far as this operation is concerned. I also want to go across to Charles joining us. Charles Kupchan is an international affairs expert. How do you read into all of the American statements that we've heard over the last 8 to 10 hours?
Well, I think the statements coming out from the Trump administration make it clear that they don't have a clear sense of an end game. I think the military part of this campaign is in some ways the easy part. They know what they're doing. They're going after leadership. They're going after the ballistic missiles. They're going after command and control. And right now, in some ways, we're in the most intense part of the campaign when the Iranians still have the ability to retaliate. They have chosen to retaliate against allies of the United States in the Gulf, in part because they think they can convince the Saudis, the Omanis, the Kuwaitis, the Emiratis to say to the United States, please stop. This is causing disruption to the oil flow. This is causing disruption to our ability to function economically. But in some ways, I think the reaction is going to be the opposite. You will see these countries turn against Iran and not put pressure on the United States to stop the conflict. And the question is, how long can the Iranians keep this up? How quickly can Israel and the United States eliminate the ballistic missiles? But then comes the hard part, and that is what happens the day after. Will the regime change its tune and the next group that leads it agree to work with the United States? Will the United States continue to bomb the regime until it falls and there is a natural uprising? As one of your guests was just saying, when you don't have ground troops to fight alongside the air power, it's very hard to topple a regime. So I don't think the Trump administration knows what the end game is. I do think, judging by what they did in Venezuela, what they seem to be doing in Cuba, the idea is to degrade the regime and end up with some remaining group of leaders that's willing to work with the United States, because pulling down that regime, toppling it, is too risky, as the United States found out in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in Libya. But right now, I would say nobody knows where this conflict is going. Nobody knows how or when it will end.